Yeah, and on the screens now is when Adwoa arrived for the interview here at Joy News.
At a point, we were not listening.
Is it a normal second-term syndrome that almost every...
But the point is that there's nothing...
We wake up one morning and to our utmost surprise, Honorable Henry Quarter brought...
It is about to go down. In fact, in this country, everything and then anything is possible. Now, as I'm talking to you, Adwoa, who was the former MP for Dominic Kwabrenya, he said, was starting Kasa. Now, in some way, Honorable Ditujan, Ebusia, Asemna no din yepa. To the extent that Honorable has been tagging President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo as the most wicked person on this earth. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have a BJ show, so I saw best subscribe. So we are sharing in the The next thing is you do want to leave a comment for me. This is the BJ show with Boatin Josant. Don't forget to subscribe. Now, I'm found calling somewhere ACC or mine, and I say Adwoa phone saying someone say was started can I know what I say at 20 people for Nakasa be brave to the extent say they are trying to break this woman down. But this woman also tells your bar with Jan and answer ye. In fact, ya one woni was started kasa was started Gidi Hana and Kasa there. Eddie Amanko who said in fact NPP 4 year would differ. Now before say honorable ever started the interview with the Joy News, NPP 4 they let everybody on say Adwoa should not be hot interviewed, and I said they are prohibiting her from so be interview. No, I was Yenti Asema Richard Ehiapa, who is the deputy director for communication for the New Patriotic Party or the Tuja. Now, honorable someone was saying me now and say she.
Yeah, and on the screens now is when Adwoa arrived for the interview here at Joy News. We feel attacked as well in a way, particularly when you decided to crack the whip just when she was talking to Joy News. This is a credible platform, a platform that has helped many of you air your concerns about this same political party that you're shaping and building up. Is this not by extension perhaps gagging the media by extension from speaking, criticizing the NPP and how it lost the elections?
Absolutely not, blessed. If you take that view, I'll apologize. But the point is that there's nothing in that release that is aimed at Joy News or multimedia at all. The point there is, you can also agree with me that there was a release prior to her coming to your studios prohibiting what she came to your studio to come and do. And so therefore it is not an original letter seeing that she's in your studio and therefore somebody is directing that she shouldn't be there or talk to you about the subject matter she came to discuss. But we are in a phase as a party, we're seeking to build back from what has been a difficult loss for us in 2024. It requires that party people behave in a certain way, okay? Not what I would like, okay? Everybody in the party would appreciate opportunity to go to the street and vent however way they want. But then you can't do that responsibly because you have a party to protect.
Okay, so that's Richard in some of the two channels. What say they are trying to say Obi Biara then see or party on this time around they are not going to tolerate such people. Honorable was say in fact, for the NPP to come out with this letter, it is a bogus thing altogether. According to Honorable, was say President Akufo-Addo and then some NPP person, they are the ones that call opposition. Because of said the party was not listening, party nana swording, and then they were harming business people. And I think
that the first time was good. Ghanaians had a lot of expectations, and there was that, eagerness and that preparedness to meet that expectation of Ghanaians. But I think that moving into our second term, I would support exactly what Honorable Secretary Mensa Bunsu was saying. It was as if we weren't hearing. It was as if we didn't care. It was as if we're on our jolly ride. Chiefs were complaining. Pastors were complaining. Party people were complaining. The youth. Everything that we were doing, it was as if there was no election ahead of us. Not that governance is about thinking about the next election. It's about governance. But you should know that your track record is what is going to secure you your next term.
Right.
So you have to listen. At the time, I think that at a point, we were not listening.
Is it a normal second-term syndrome that almost every party face.
Maybe. And we did a lot of things that got people really aggrieved. People were really bitter. The business community. My father is a typical example. The president was my father's lawyer in the 80s and in the 90s. So he has a close relationship with my father, Apostle Dr. Kojo. He has a lot of businesses. One is our transport company, Imperial Express.
Right.
It was thriving. It was doing very well. Concentrating in the northern regions, Togo, Benin, everywhere. We wake up one morning, and to our utmost surprise, Honorable Henry Quarter brought a team of guys with bulldozers, whether they were, how do they call them? These macho guys. Land guards or whatever. He didn't even give us notice to even park our computers. They pulled everything down one day.
And the reason being what? That you were occupying and land that didn't belong to you?
The land didn't belong to us. The land was government land. The land was being leased to us and we were paying. It was a land for the Sports Council. So at the time, Honorable Neil Ante van der Poel was the one that the general manager then entered into that agreement with, and we were paying, and that is where we're operating from. And a lot of people do that. Most of the terminals that you see don't belong to the transport companies. We lease them.
Right.
And we were doing everything, not that we stopped paying the lease. They said there was an order from above that those lands were being recaptured for a government project. They pulled everything down without notice. Until date, there has not been any government project on that land.
And
how do you expect Christo Asafo members and my father to go and vote for the NPP? How? We have blood running in our veins. I have blood running in my veins. That is the company that took care of me. The man has sacrificed his daughter to you and brings the largest votes and the largest constituency to your political party. Is that a way to pay him back? If you don't help him expand, if you don't help him with his automobile, you go and pull down a transport company that will use these buses to bus electorates to go and vote in the past.
Did you complain this to the president? And what was the response?
No response.
But did you complain?
Eugene and Elton. Complain when they want to take it. When you complain, who are you complaining to? Honorable Henry Quarter, after that, I called and called and called him. He never picked my call. He never picked my call after telling me it was an order from above and they were going to use it for, I don't want to mention the person's name because I've been advised. And they have walled it from then.
Up until now.
It is still there. Nothing has been done on it. And I'm daring them. Now NDC is in power. Go and do the project you want to do over there. Whether you'll be given the opportunity to. Why destroy people's businesses? The business community, it's not only my father. Pastors, we were arresting pastors that prayed for us to come into government. You expect him to tell his church following that go and vote for NPP again.
So that's Honorable Adwoa Safo, who was the former MP. And as I'm talking to you, she is the former MP for the Dormi Kwabrina. This time around, Honorable started so Kasano, a lot of controversies. And I just say, started and confronting say, I was so Kananotum. Now, what do you think about this whole thing? Open so Kananotum, and I said, also Kasa. I had a BJ show, so I saw bell like a video. No, I think so. We are sharing link in the mouth. The next thing is you do want to leave a comment. This is the BJ Show with Boatin Josant. Don't forget to subscribe.